wings to fly won't take you to the stars. Use the metal for a boat and you won't sail too far. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, 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 pin. Science can be tricky, it can overheat your brain. Science can be hard to chew, each bite can be a pain. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, 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 pin. The secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, 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 pin.
Bet you can't catch me!
I think it's time to have some speeding tickets.
They have so much they could probably power the whole spacecraft.
But now you're in. Oh, boy.
So, what did I say about fines?
Yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it.
And what about the vase from yesterday?
Well, yeah.
I must inform you, my friends, that you're far too infantile. Your messing around knows no bounds.
What?
Simply put, your behavior is very immature.
It's just that we know how to have fun, and you don't. So you and your, what do you call it? You catch my drift.
Well, if you ask me, somebody needs to grow up.
What do you mean? Come on, Chico's even got a white hair already.
Where?
Physical features, I'm afraid, are not a sign of maturity. How does one distinguish an adult from a child? It would seem that the answer is obvious. And if you remove all external differences, how will they differ? The child doesn't know how to restrain himself and is only interested in his immediate desires. And he doesn't think ahead or care very much at all about the future. But it's easy to give in to emotions. Children behave themselves in accordance with their desires and mood without thinking about others. They stand out with their rebelliousness and overplaying. The adult is able to control emotions and is able to control his mood. He can make his own decisions and change his way of life. This property is called autonomy. But probably the most important property of an adult is responsibility. He himself is responsible for his actions and doesn't blame anyone for his mistakes. Now, can you see the difference between an adult and a child?
The fact that adults are boring?
Here, pedagogy is the science of education. Maybe this will help you, finally.
Chico! Hey, wake up! Holy carrots! You're not like Barry. You don't need to go into hibernation.
Get off. Get off. If I wake up, you'll definitely drag me into something.
Since when did you become such a square? What? Were you bitten by an adult? Get up! I just realized something really cool. Adults, children, it's all conventions. It was all specially invented so that one group could look down on others. Look, how old do you think Olga is?
To be honest, I never even thought about it.
You see? Maybe you're even older than she is.
Is this about the white hair again?
I just mean that age doesn't matter. It's just that some are boring, and then there's fun guys like us. But now I know what we can do about it. Here, herb for inquisitiveness.
To be honest, I always preferred detective stories.
No time for reading, time for action. Look, extracts with a rejuvenating effect. By tomorrow, our boring bobs will have turned into cheerful and carefree well, you feel me, right?
Are you sure this'll work?
If we don't try, we'll never find out. So, a little bit of this, and maybe some of this. Okay, let's go. Hold and.
Boy, I wouldn't want to upset our conspirators, but the book they use is full of completely unscientific nonsense.
I'll give them a rejuvenating effect in a minute.
I propose a more pedagogical approach. To play along. Let them look at themselves from the outside. You see, that'll teach them a lesson.
And why aren't you eating? Is it too salty?
Yeah, eat. Don't be distracted. We're just not hungry.
No appetite at all.
It's finger licking. And would you believe my back is better? This soup is not only delicious, it's also healing.
I'm also feeling an incredible burst of energy!
Let's have a game of catch a monkey. Burning a few calories certainly won't hurt anyone. Cheers,
Wow, you won't catch me. You can't catch me. Whoa, can't catch me.
Don't be boring. What does this do? What does that do? Party light! Party light! Yeah. Look out!
Try again. I'm stronger than you think.
Hooray! It worked!
That's what I'm talking about! Look at me! Look at me! I'm a fireman! I'm a fireman! Do you think we overdid it with the dosage?
Just how it should be.
Who's for hide and seek?
3, 4, 5, find me alive!
What are you waiting for? Start searching! It's hide and seek!
Look, there's Olga.
That's not fair! Why am I first?
Cartoons! I want cartoons! Put on cartoons!
I don't want cartoons! I want a story!
Oh, holy carrots.
Holy carrots! Holy carrots! Holy carrots! Holy carrots! Holy carrots! Holy carrots!
Watch what you say in front of the children.
So what do we do now? Prepare an extract of adulthood?
Holy carrots!
Enough experiments already. We'll have to grow up ourselves. In order to become an adult, it's not enough to just celebrate your birthday every year. In doing so, you still need to work hard on yourself. You need to learn how to behave properly and not indulge in things that are not appropriate at all. It's necessary to have knowledge, and the more diverse, the better. A person cannot call himself an adult if he absolutely does not understand anything, and he should always listen to the opinion of another more experienced person. And he won't throw tantrums every time something doesn't work out for him. Adults are responsible for each step and every word spoken. An adult is one who can restrain emotions and move towards their clearly stated goal.
I wonder how long our pedagogical experiment will last.
I don't know, but for now it's very amusing.
Well, just to make sure, I say we keep it going for a couple more days.
Maybe later this evening, when everyone's gone to bed? Oh, game of chess?
I wish I could, but I'm just so tired that I'm ready to crash.
It looks like we're gonna have to start issuing speeding tickets.
How's that?
Whoa! Oh, come on. It's just a couple of plates. It's lucky.
Doubtfully lucky.
You're so boring.
And you're all far too infantile.
Info what? Hey, we never called you names.
Come on, then. Let's go to Nightingale Robbers.
Oh, dearie me.
The younger generation is completely out of control.
You don't play catching monkey. Don't listen to loud music. How can you be so boring?
Yes, it's pretty obvious. Age.
Tomorrow, these gumps will become more cheerful, I hope.
I told you we need to keep an eye on the younger ones. Wow, look at what they've thought of.
Do you have a sense of déjà vu? As if something very familiar's happening?
Forget about those clever words, buddy. Tomorrow we'll have to return to childhood and teach these crazy youngins a lesson.
And that is how the story ended. And as a souvenir, I was left with a lightning scar.
Wow. Where?
What? Where?
The scar. The lightning-shaped one.
On my heart, my friend. On my heart.
Cool. Nothing heroic ever happens to me. Not even anything I can impress my friends with. Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, adventure. That is not difficult. The important thing is to live through it strictly by the laws of dramaturgy.
But how do I do that?
It's elementary. The term dramaturgy comes straight out of ancient Greek, and it means the art of creating a dramatic work. More simply, the ability to tell an interesting story. Simply speaking, the skill of telling interesting stories. And in any self-respecting story, there has to be a hero. And any self-respecting hero must have a goal. Ha-ha! Dramaturgy is very simple, but we didn't mention another important detail. Conflict. And there are obstacles that prevent the hero from achieving his goal. Now we have the complete set. The three main components of any story: the hero, his goal, and conflict. Now, as they say, it's a complete drama. As you can see, everything is simple. You reach your goal despite all the obstacles. And that's it. The story is over. And you're a hero.
But where do I find my goal?
For a true hero, any small thing can become a goal. Here, for example, complete this cube.
Oh, that I can do. But what's so heroic about that?
You're right. You need to increase the conflict. Oh! The hero, the goal, and the conflict. It's wonderful, but in order to make the story really interesting, we still need to know how to tell an interesting story. Since Wally is a beginner hero, let's stick to the simplest version, the classical 3-act structure. The first act is the setting. First, we get acquainted with the characters and the general situation. This is called exposition. Everything is, as a rule, peaceful and calm, but then there is a motivating event that unbalances the situation. The hero has a problem that pops up and the story begins.
Where are we?
The perfect place to have an adventure. You know, on this planet, only a real hero could find a radiant and amazing cube.
Yeah, that's me.
Go for it, my friend.
You got it. Oh, could I just sneak back? I forgot to grab the Band-Aids. Oh.
Not in any circumstance. Computer, switch to autopilot. We'll pick Wally up when he finds the cube.
Hey, we didn't agree to this.
You,
Huh?
as the main hero, just got to one of the main parts in any dramatic story. The point of no return. The first act ends with the first turning point, which is also called the point of no return. The hero can no longer continue with his old methods. To achieve the goal, he will have to make an extra effort. Then, the second act begins, the development of action. Well, I won't bother you. Yes, a cube will come back with you.
Dramaturgy. Ha, ha, ha. But, where should I go?
I'd hurry if I were you. Judging by my readings, there's a storm on the way.
What? Achoo! Oh, darn it. I didn't get a chance to see the end of my dream. Whoa! My cube! I'm alive! And I'm fine! Ha ha ha! I managed to survive the adventure! Ha ha!
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. I did it.
Oh yeah, you've reached the most important point in your journey. It's called false hope.
What is it called?
Halfway through the second act, the hero thinks that he's progressing forwards, but he's mistaken. Further tension is added to the action, and the hero is forced to increase efforts to overcome the opposition. This point is called false hope.
Still more resistance, but for the time being, everything seems to be calm.
Does it not bother you that there is actually air on this planet?
I'd be more bothered if there wasn't.
Just the presence of air, as a rule, hints at the existence of life.
What life? Ah! Huh? Oh. Oh.
Now that's drama. The second act is coming to an end.
Shush. Quiet. I'm begging you. Quiet.
The most important point in the story is coming soon, my friend, and it must declare itself loudly. The second turning point in the story is at the end of the second act. At this point, the hero faces the greatest losses, and it seems that everything is lost. And the third act begins, which will lead us to the resolution.
What nonsense. I don't think everything is lost. I'm tired, angry, and scared, but not more than that. Your dramaturgy doesn't work. Get me out of here. I'm all done with it.
All right, my friend, agreed. The adventure's gone on a bit, but it's time to... but this is not good.
Hey, what have you got? Huh? So my ignominious adventure has ended. I doubt I'll be able to tell my friends about it. I'll never be a hero. And all because of a stupid cube. Oh no. This is too much. Hey you! Spineless! That was my cube. This cannot all be in vain. This adventure is not over.
Bravo, Wally. This is the climax. I haven't experienced such a catharsis for a long time. The climax is the main part of the whole story. It is here that it is decided if our hero wins or loses. During the climax, the audience must experience a catharsis, a purifying empathy, as said by Aristotle. After the climax, our story reaches its inevitable resolution, and our story comes to an end. Yes, that's what I call total drama.
One thing I don't get. What was this all for? Why?
Well, of course. A message. The most important component of any decent story. How did we forget about that? We need to replay everything. Without a message, a story is not a story. Strength, the conflict, at jeopardy, something else.
No!
Wally! Where are you going? Wally! The message!
Chico, did you see this? It turns out we have a talent contest coming up.
I told you about it a week ago. You just forgot about it.
Never mind who forgot what. It's already tomorrow, and we don't even have an act prepared.
Let's do our funny acrobatics like always. It's a crowd pleaser. Rock it.
With that repertoire, we'll never become stars, Chico. It's time to think of something new. What do you say?
I see you're rehearsing your acrobatics. Great. Your routine will close the show then.
This time, we'll be doing something new.
Intriguing. Is this something to do with the construction kit?
What? No, that's Chico. He's stuck in his childhood.
It's a shame that you underestimate the construction kit. At an early age, we get acquainted with the world around us with the help of our hands, although sometimes we test the world and taste. But the first stage of thinking is still called manual or affective. The child accumulates a repertoire of actions and movements, after which he moves on to the next stage, visual and figurative. At this stage, we learn to interact not only with the objects themselves, but also with images. And finally, the third stage, our development of speech, logic, and abstract thinking. The solutions to problems occur in the mind, and our main instruments of knowledge, our hand, becomes auxiliary. Thus, the development of thinking is given to us by our hands. And this has been confirmed by physiologists who have discovered a close relationship between the cerebral hemispheres and the nerve endings in our hands. Therefore, the most universal educational tool for any age is the constructor. He develops motor skills and coordination, as well as imagination, memory, and the ability to concentrate. All right, I still have to get around to the rest of the entrance. Phoebe, do me a favor, and please look in on me later. The iron is playing up.
Oh, holy carrots! How did you do that?
It wasn't me.
Phoebe, wait a minute. If you wave your hands...
A magnetic constructor, baby. That's your magnetic field.
Chico, I know what we're gonna do for our act. We're gonna do some tricks.
But do you think that's really fair? I mean, Baby's doing all the tricks, and there's no mention of him here.
What do you mean it's not mentioned? In the small print at the bottom. Technical support is featured. Let's go.
And so, dear friends, we begin our talent show. Signor Wally and his merry tap dance.
On that night in the moonlight, do you remember how we were?
Okay, let's go.
And finally, on the stage, the mysterious Dawn Illusion and his assistant, Yejidze. A session of black and white magic. Behold that which cannot be believed. Magic tricks, then. Oh.
Well, look at you.
I knew that. Amateurs.
Wowee.
Bravo! Impressive. Not bad at all.
But where's the unbelievable stuff that was mentioned?
The secret is very simple. That there is no secret. It's all the power of a rabbit's mind and years of hard training.
Bravo! Bravo!
But you promised to tell everyone about BB.
Chico, understand, we can't disclose BB's role. It'll destroy the magic. All the magic.
But he does all the work, and we get all the credit.
What do you mean, all the work? Firstly, whose idea was it? And who's the one jumping around on stage? Me!
I can't do this. I don't want to play a magician anymore.
Oh, that's how it is it? We'll just be fine. BB, let's go. Attention, attention! One and all are invited to a special solo performance of the Great Dawn Illusion, death-defying trick on Mars. And if there is no life on Mars, there will be after this performance.
Solo performance. Again, not a word about BB.
Dear friends, before presenting this death-defying stunt of Dawn Illusion, allow me to furnish you with a brief history of the construction kit. This may seem strange, but there was a time when these wonderful construction kits did not exist. They were invented as recently as 1880. They were multicolored stone bricks from which it was possible to build models of buildings. By 1901, there was a construction kit made of iron with nuts and bolts. These were called improved toys or devices for the teaching of children and adolescents and presented more diverse designs. The toys quickly became popular, and it's no surprise that these kits began to evolve and change thanks to new ideas and technologies. In 1903, a wooden construction kit appeared, using sticks and holes in cubes to connect the parts. And in 1949, the plastic era finally arrived. These plastic snap-in cubes meant that no additional attachments were required any longer. Then, at long last, the crowning creation of the toy, which is now loved by all, the magnetic construction kit, appeared in 2005.
Attention all!
It's starting.
I, Dawn Illusion, the great and terrible, through the power of my mind alone, will build a bridge across this abyss and walk across it.
What?
Oh, blimey!
It's all planned. Frightening the audience, that's the key.
BB? So that's the secret. Magnetic fields!
So it was BB all along, doing everything.
Rodster.
Magician, illusionist, and I believe.
At least your conscience is clear now. That's better, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Things have never been better.
Oh, wow. Did you do that?
Look, there's nothing to it, really.
Cool.
What am I to do? What am I to do? There's food all around me. I'll put on a kilo or two. So, residents, you're starving, I bet. Okay, we'll get you fed now. That turbulence knocked me sideways. What on earth was that? Huh! Residents, are you okay? Now, where were we? Well, I never. What's going on with me? And who am I now? Taco.
A curious side effect.
This is very odd indeed. Are you up to your funny business again, Mr. Experimenters?
It seems like the anomaly isn't only spreading from the epicenter.
Yeah. This is because of the gender multiplication in the homology.
But of course, hence the simplicial environmental distortion of... Now, if the parameters...
Stop with the nerd babble and just tell me what's going on normally.
My friend, it all began as a perfectly safe experiment to study parallel realities.
But now we ourselves are parallel to our reality. Nobody can see us, and nobody can hear us.
The experiment can be stopped with one click of this button. See for yourself.
What are you doing? I haven't even fed resonance yet.
It's useless. In our current state, we can't have any effects on our material objects.
Just have a look at it.
Apparently, this unique device from the future is able to make contact with parallel realities. Phenomenal!
Compression! Now, at least, we can write messages to get help.
But who will read it? We're the only ones.
Resonance. How are you there in our reality then? And with no one to feed you? Resonance! Can you hear me?
It's amazing that your pet stayed in the same state. Most likely, his glass aquarium saved him from the radiation.
This worm will rescue us. You just need to give him a sign to press the button. Can you?
And it won't hurt him?
It's not so simple, my resourceful friends. A sign that is obvious to us may be completely incomprehensible to the worm. Our whole culture, all human communication, is built around signs. When we hear the word giraffe, we immediately imagine an animal with spotted skin and a very long neck. The word giraffe is a sign signifying this very animal. The letter G with which the word giraffe begins is also a sign, and this means the sound G. When a motorist sees a red circle with a white rectangle in the middle, he realizes that this is a sign for stop, and that he cannot go any further. This is also a sign. We are surrounded by a phenomenal number of different signs and symbols. Not surprisingly, there is also a special science that helps sort out these signs. It's called semiotics, from the Greek word semeion, a sign. So, in semiotics, it is customary to separate signs into...
Why are you overcomplicating everything with your silliness? I'll just write something for little resonance myself. No big deal.
Well, let's see how it's going to work out for you.
Right then. Okay, my sweet little buddy. I remember you when you were still very little. You were always sharp and clever, just like me. There was never any task that was too... Every time I think back on those days, it warms my heart. So the point is, in order for us to be together, you have to press the darn button. I'm pretty sure that you can, do it. Take care, you're Barry. Hey. How could you? Resonance!
I could have foreseen this response reaction, and I'm going to explain why. The most extensive class of signs are character signs. Their values are the result of an agreement within a group of people. So, a group of people agreeing among themselves that this is the sign means the sound F, and for example, this sign means the number 5. Our words are also symbolic symbols. At the same time, different people designate the same thing with different signs and symbols. What we call a cat, the French call chat, the Italians call gatto, and in German, Katze. At this point, someone has agreed. Even numbers can be expressed in different ways. For example, the number 5 can be denoted by an Arabic numeral, a Roman numeral, a combination of digits and binary code, 5 dots, and many more words meaning 5 in many different languages. In this case, the symbols themselves are nothing more than ordinary scribbles that do not have any natural meaning. Therefore, their meaning is not there to be understood by an animal, which we can see in the example of your pet.
Now it's not so easy, is it? So now what are we gonna do?
And I...
Hey, I've got it! All we need is just a much simpler sign. Uh-oh, we're doomed.
We'll be okay, but who's gonna feed resonance now?
All is not lost. We just need an icon sign. If you would stop interrupting, I can finally explain. Another group of signs are index signs. Index means pointer. The index sign is the reason for what it means. For example, we see smoke and understand somewhere the fire is burning. Smoke is the index of fire. The temperature of 38 and 5, or the rash on the skin, is the index of the disease. A knock at the door is an index of someone's desire to enter the room.
A lot of talking is an index of Daco.
Okay, I'm nearly done. The last class of signs is the icon signs. They're somewhat similar to their objects, and it's because of this similarity that they fulfill their role of what they symbolize. Icons on the desktop of a computer are just such signs. For example, the sign print shows a printer, and the sign sound shows a speaker. But sometimes this relationship between the sign and the object begins to weaken. The sign save on most computer programs depicts a floppy disk, a storage medium for information that was used 10 to 15 years ago. Children these days won't remember it, so the sign icon gradually turns into a symbol. And now, the most suitable icon in this case will be...
Come on, residents. That's it.
Yeah, come on, Wormy. You can do it.
Come on, you little crawler. Come on. Semiotics never let anyone down.
Hooray!
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 Go on, son. Don't be afraid.
Forward a little. Nothing to it.
Don't stop there. Go ahead and press it.
Attention, damage to the flight stabilization system.
Residents!
It worked.
Residents, I'll come and get you, you little beauty, Hey, did you miss me, my little residents? Huh? Well, I thought so.
Yeah. So you see, semiotics is a great science and ever so useful.
Yeah. Semiotics. They're good.
Yeah? I just can't understand. If we could touch that ball and move it, why didn't we just hit the button with it? I don't get it.
We'll have to assume that this was also assigned to some extent to all of us.
Outrageous. 4 o'clock in the morning and they're still...
I'm going. I didn't get very far.
Well, at last. Now I'll show you how it's done. Nine. Ha ha! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who's the best player around?
The players landed on the Horror and Despair Square. Some player, eh? Roll the dice. If you roll less than 12, then you go back to the start. Severe.
I wouldn't underestimate me if I were you. Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho. After passing the square of Horror and Despair, the player wins. Ha! Congratulations.
Oh, hooray! Oh, that feeling of victory, that sensation of superiority.
Easy, my knitting will come undone.
Your good luck cannot be denied. Pass me the pieces, please.
Blind luck has nothing to do with it. My success is due to my branched antlers.
Baloney.
This is typical antler envy from those who don't have them.
What's to envy about antlers for those that don't have them? Exactly.
Because we belong to the happy antler community. Right from birth, we all try to answer the question, who am I? And the only way we can do that is to contrast ourselves against the world around us. If we were completely alone, then there would simply be no I. I appears only when other also appears. We are aware of the boundaries of ourselves solely in comparison with others. Just like the we appears only when another group appears, a they, if you will. All through our conscious life, we try and align ourselves with some kind of group in order to connect with the world around us. Family, profession, hobbies, place of residence, groups can be very different. In this way, each of us can belong to several groups. For example, being a representative of a group of scientists, as well as being a member of the group of footballers, or for example, the good-looking. By dividing the world around us on the principle of mine and theirs, we form an understanding of what is close to us and our tastes, habits, and goals. After all, without the feeling of my, we ourselves would feel alien to the world around us. But the owners of antlers don't have to worry, because right from birth, we belong to a very friendly and unique antlered community. Isn't that right, my kindred crowned friend?
For sure.
Wait a second. I also want to be in your community.
Apologies, but on what grounds?
I've got hooves.
But that's not horns.
That's the main thing.
Of course. Without horns, I mean.
How about this? And now?
All right. But for now, just on a probationary period, horns must be continually worked on.
Yes.
Great!
Horns and hoofs. Horns and hooves. Horns and hooves. Horns and hooves. Horns and hooves.
It's not that I'm envious, but there's something to it. Self-determination.
And have you ever noticed that not everyone is fortunate enough to be the proud owner of a pair of wings?
Yeah. Wings are power.
Wings are power! Wings are power! Wings are power!
Why is it that you're the best?
7 vertebrae in the neck portion of the spine, warm-blooded, a 4-chambered heart, 1 left arch of the aorta, aerial structure of the lungs, teeth sitting in the jaw partition, and denuclearized erythrocytes.
Exactly.
But us feathered ones can do things no horned one can ever do.
What's all the noise about?
I'm afraid the hornless wouldn't understand.
And even more so, the wingless.
So here we have, that is, the winged.
And these are horned.
They're fighting over who's more important.
Precisely.
But the world, by the way, is actually run by softpaws.
Exactly.
But 2 is not a crew.
1 minute.
What's
Here's
going on?
our third candidate. Smart, handsome, and most importantly, he's got paws.
Don't you people ever sleep?
And why is he yours?
Take it easy.
Now take a look at those spines. Technically, that's almost a horn.
What are you doing?
Stop passing the hedgehog around. Chico, he is not a toy, but very much a bird.
Exactly. Just can't fly too far.
Yeah. Good little bird.
Right, get your horns and wings off our hedgehog.
Let him decide for himself that he's better off with us.
Who exactly are you with?
You're all bonkers.
Be an eagle, huh?
Low flying to the rain.
What weird games? I didn't understand anything. So release the bird from the cage. Horned. Instinct. Trust. broke.
But you basically have horns. Are you sure you won't join us?
But what for?
We've got a flag!
But there are even better flags!
And we have already got an anthem. Bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum. Paws don't give in, wings and horns.
Each group should decide what are the good and useful qualities that will unite us. Against what bad and wrong things do we stand united? And who is alien to us? What customs and rituals unite our community? And finally, how do we protect our space from strangers?
Hang on a minute. Where's Chico got to?
We've lost our candidate.
Where could he have gone?
I think he went upstairs.
Geniuses.
So that's why it's best to use a regular polish, because the shine on your horns lasts much longer.
Aha!
Isn't it time you finished up? You're not the only ones who eat here.
Hurrying is bad for the digestive system.
Oh, and I suppose hogging the shower for an hour is fine?
It's all the winged ones.
This is a provocation. You can never trust horns.
Horns are the coolest!
Soft paws rule.
We are the best.
The problem is clear. The Umflier should be divided into 3 equal parts.
Why do we have to divide things? We were fine without it before, weren't we?
Because it makes it much easier to distinguish oneself.
You should at least try to join someone.
You'll feel the difference straight away.
Attention, attention, everybody! I should state that the wonderful idea to separate is being rudely violated by unhorned individuals. The boundaries must be set more rigidly.
But what do you propose? Cutting up the spacecraft?
I'm not cutting. We can block the passages into the corridor and pump out the air. Then they won't pass.
Really, the amount of paper wasted. Geniuses. Huh? Huh? Open up, I'm stuck. I'm here.
Chico!
He's come round.
You scared us.
Hurry! Chico! Hello!
You're all together again.
Yes. All those tribal division ideas completely failed. After all, there is one thing that binds us together.
My wise old friend, do you happen to mean kindness?
Collective insanity, my friend.
Geniuses.
Let me in, please! Oh, there you are!